And now for the thousands in attendance and the millions of people that wish they were sitting in front of my bar at the moment. Welcome to the 15th episode of At the Bar with Yo Adrian. I explore the lives and times of some really interesting people. And one of those interesting people happens to be sitting across from the bar at the moment. His name is Tylah Mears. He's in the band Myth of Her, which is a great Sydney band, soon to be one of the biggest bands in Australia, hopefully, in the world. So good morning, Tylah. How are you, mate?
Yeah, going well, man. Yeah, going great.
Going well. Now we've already opened up the scotch. We've had a couple, and you've had a sample of that blue label. What did you think of the blue label, by the way?
Oh man, I'm not used to drinking, scotch or, to be honest, any liquor. To be honest, any alcohol that's of quality. So it's really good.
Pretty smooth, isn't it?
So smooth. Yeah.
What about the Don Julio?
Yeah.
Tequila, eh?
Mate, that was effortless.
Effortless. That's the
so
best way to
good.
describe it. It's
Yeah,
so smooth, isn't it?
So smooth.
But that blue label, you could actually drink that without ice, and it still tastes great.
Yeah, no way.
Smooth, mate.
You'd think that you just... Cheers, brother. You think that they would just do that with every alcohol, try and make it like...
Being in a heavy rock band, well, when you say heavy rock band, would you regard yourself as heavy or...
Yeah,
as I said to you earlier on, like, what's the difference between heavy metal and just opposed to just a rock band?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's very subjective, really. You know what I mean? There are definite things that I believe do define the two, but I'd say we fall more into the category of rock, like a hard rock band, but we can definitely slip into metal tendencies.
Yeah. Because
we do all of us have a certain background within those kind of old school metal bands like Black Sabbath or Metallica and Slayer and all that kind of thing. But I'd say predominantly what really tickles all of our bells is the hard rock.
And you got those dark lyric themes too.
Yeah.
In your in the lyrics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they can go.
And a heavy distortion guitar. When you're not playing the acoustic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when we're not playing a slow love song. The guitars are up and distorted.
Exactly. Anyway, let's start exploring the life and times of Tylah Mears and his band Myth of Her. Now, why did you choose that specific name for the band, and what does it mean to you? Because it's an unusual name for a hard rock band.
Yeah, well, as every musician knows this, and every band member knows this, choosing a name is it can be so painful, and brutal, and that was the case for us as well for a long time. And then the rhythm guitarist Cooper, he actually just on a whim came up with the idea of calling the band Myth of ER, which is, it's some spiritual, I actually don't really know the complete, the nuts and bolts of what it is specifically, but it's something spiritual to do with like some underrealm or something.
Yeah.
And I thought, it's got something to it, Myth of but it's just a bit, I don't know what Myth of is, a lot of people wouldn't either. It doesn't really have much meaning to me personally, and I thought, if we just put a H in front of that, Myth of Her, for me, it just sounds cool, and I feel like it's the kind of thing where you can put your own meaning to it.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery,
Mystery woman.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
I guess it's like a femininity to it that we all felt we related to and felt comfortable with also, but it really was just from that. There was nothing super, intense or secretive about it, but that's how that came about.
Now, how did the band come together? Look, Maroubra, I know you guys are from Maroubra.
Yeah.
There's a lot of famous people have come out. We've had rugby league stars from Maroubra.
Yeah.
We've had Little Patty.
Yeah.
She was a famous singer,
right.
Little Patty.
Surfers.
Sang to the Vietnam veterans back in the 60s.
Yeah, right.
We've had a UFC fighter, Richie Vass.
Yeah.
And now we've got you guys. So what is it in the water at Maroubra? Mate, there's a lot of talent.
There's a lot of talent,
for a little community.
Yeah.
So how did this all come together? Did you go to school together or?
Yeah, I went to school with two of them.
Yep.
The drummer and the rhythm guitarist.
And what school was that?
Rose Bay.
Yep.
Rose Bay, secondary college. It's a good school. It was a fun school.
Yeah.
Very creative school. So that's how we came together through that. And then I met the singer Joel at TAFE. We were both studying music after I dropped out of school. Went there and then met him there. And then the bass player through a friend, I was helping with his HSC performance, playing guitar on that. He was a drummer named Jan, and he knew Jarrah, the bass player. And then I remember, because we really needed a bass player at the time, I remember thinking, okay, if this bass player that he brings in is really good, I'm going to like really show off and shred as much as I could and stuff, just to kind of impress him, you know?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I did, and then he ended up becoming the bass player for the band as well, yeah.
So you've all got along straight away?
Yeah, it was a really amazing chemistry straight away. But the thing is, we're all really raw people, you know? I know it's like everyone's raw, but we're all very much ourselves, for better words, and that can create amazing highs, but it can also create some pretty insane lows also, you know. So there were a lot of fights, and there have been a lot of fights, and a lot of you know, amazing times as well. It's kind of gone through the whole ringer with it all, really. But
so what first got you into making music? I mean, I know your dad, Beastie, you know, and he's a surfer. A lot of the guys down at the, you know, we call it the Bra, and then Maroubra. And it's different, you know what I mean? Like you're a muso.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, funnily enough, it actually was because of him, my dad, Beastie.
I know he's a guitarist.
So he's played guitar since he was probably 25, but more just for fun. He's a solid, kind of like you know, like he's just got a natural raw ability with it. Yeah. And he didn't really take it to any certain place of being a super high level, but he was always playing guitar when I was growing up, and he's the person who introduced me to the guitar and taught me my first chords, and it was around that time when I started really getting hooked, probably about 9, you know? And then the more I played, the more I got into it. I didn't actually even love guitar that much at first. It was something that drew me to it, and I just never quit it, you know?
How old were you when you started?
Yeah, I think I was about 9, 8 or 9.
There's a lot of people at that age start and then just don't follow it through. I was one of them.
Yeah, true.
Fuck that, I can't, you know. You learn 3 or 4 chords and then it becomes too much.
It becomes too much, yeah. Well, there was something with the guitar. I don't know why, what it really is, but it's the only thing I didn't quit, you know? Yeah. I started heaps of sports, different types of sports, and then quit them all, really, you know? I've kept surfing in my life, but...
So you can surf at
I surf,
pretty good level,
Oh, I'm all right, you know? Not like the level of what Maroubra can provide, but I can definitely surf, yeah. But it never was something, like guitar always spoke to me. It just was... I honestly feel like I can communicate myself in a way when I'm playing guitar that I can't in any other realm, you know? Yeah. It's a pretty strange feeling. But yeah, that's kind of how I got into that, and yeah, I don't know, I just never quit it for some reason.
All right, now, who were your biggest musical inspirations when you were starting out?
When I was starting out, I fell in love with Slayer, which is actually a really heavy metal band, funnily enough. I knew from a young age I really loved like that hard rock distorted sound. So I fell in love with Slayer very heavily, and then there's actually you might even know him maybe. His name's Todd Sylvester. He's an old school.
Yes.
Do you know Todd?
Yes.
Well, he took me under his wing when I was about 13. Yep. Or even a bit younger probably, and I would go. He taught me how to play pretty much. He took me to a certain level because he's like a rock god, you know. Yeah. I still idolize him in my brain. It's really cool now. I've got a really strong relationship with him. I'm actually seeing him next week. And yeah, he introduced me to all these different people. He opened my eyes to like Ozzy Osbourne and Kiss and far out Metallica, Black Sabbath. Like I can go on and on and on. Just all these different bands, Sex Pistols and stuff. And my mind was blown by it. But the main band who I really fell in love with on my own was Guns N' Roses and Stevie Ray Vaughan. Okay. Those two. Yeah. They were really...
We're going to touch on that later on in the podcast. But yeah. Good that you mentioned that. I know you're familiar with it.
Yeah, and so I'd say they're my 2 main. But I fell in love with a lot, like all the old school blues players too, like B.B. King, and I was just exploring a lot, you know. I'd say those 2 of them.
Well, B.B. King's in the Rolling Stones top 5 guitarists.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
He's in there.
Man, he's a freak. His playing is... Because it's so simple. Have you heard much of him? Or?
Yeah, it's like, you know, another... He doesn't get the accolades. Well, he gets the accolades for his singing, but he's a humble... I'm gonna play some later on.
That's it.
It's Glenn Campbell.
Yeah, right.
You listen to Glenn Campbell play the guitar, it'll blow you away.
Yeah, I'm keen to hear.
And he's a country singer, but his guitar is
out of the world.
Out of the world.
Yeah.
Now, who does the who writes all the music for you guys?
So that is it's stumped a lot of people the way we do it, you know,
Yeah.
and why we have always done it is it's very much equal. Because we're all quite comfortable to say in our own instruments. We've all been playing for a long time with our own instruments, so we can quite effortlessly just come up with our own parts. To, you know, it could start with, I might bring a riff in, you know, and then the singer is Joel. He will just be like, oh, there's something to that, and just immediately start. You know, we're also connected to our instruments, so basically whatever we're feeling should go on top of whatever someone's brought in, just goes on top, and it just seems to work for us. So it's really very much a collective thing. I mean, sometimes someone can have more of a lead of the song or more of a direction.
So the lyrics are based on past experiences, say,
pretty
we
much.
touched on it earlier on, like the breakup of a relationship or something like that, you know,
girls.
people can relate to.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So they're pretty much experiences that we've been through. And then also, because the singer who writes most of the lyrics, we all chip in every now and again, but he's quite creative, and it can also just be about a made-up story, you know, like the song Banish You specifically is about a woman who passed away, it's just completely made up, you know, and the husband finds her dead, and what he does to try and get her back is go into like the dark arts and bring her back alive with this like weird, crazy kind of person. And then she comes back as a zombie, sort of like not really herself, but it was just his attempt to, because he couldn't deal with the loss, you know. So there's always themes that are very strong within our songs, and they can be represented.
Even I noticed your album covers.
Yeah.
There's one I noticed is very psychedelic.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the go with that?
Feed the Leech, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's the one.
Colourful one.
Yeah, it just looked like a Dali art. Dali art or something. It was like, yeah. Who come up with that?
Again, just like our music, that was a collective thought. You know, I think we just really have good chemistry together as people. But it's called Feed the Leech. I actually don't remember why we called it Feed the Leech. Like, it could have been just a joke or something. It stuck with us, that idea, just feed the leech. And then we together kind of came up with this idea of like a magical kind of world, and everyone's frolicking and doing their own thing in it, and a bunch of different beings and types of creative characters. But what they're standing on, as beautiful as it looks, is a leech's mouth, you know, with spikes, with the teeth and stuff, you know. And, you know, maybe they don't know that they're standing on it. It's kind of up for debate, really, what it is.
People, it's like that, you know, we're talking about on a t-shirt at the moment. You can see Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd, one of them.
Dark Side of the Moon. Like the third realm, and, you know.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
People come up with these, album covers, and what the fuck is it?
Yeah, how could that come about? Yeah. Well, last thing on that topic, I think, is in that specific art cover, there's actually all of us individually are characters within that thing, and all of the songs on that album have themes. So there's a lizard man literally in the thing, in the cover.
Who's the lizard man in the band?
Jarrah. Yeah, he's an alien. But yeah, so it's all kind of tied into the songs as well.
That lizard man, that was the song. I don't know whether you're going to be able to hear it on YouTube, but when you listen to this recording on Spotify, you'll be able to hear the song Lizard Man. But that's from that song. Now, can you share the story or meaning behind a specific song or album?
Yeah, sure.
So give us a story.
Okay. Well, Roses.
Yeah.
Specifically is and I've got a girlfriend, by the way, now, so maybe this isn't the best one to go with, but we'll go on it. Was about a girl I met in Byron Bay when I was probably like 20 or 19. She's a really beautiful girl, and I really enjoyed like her personality, and she kind of like, at that time I was going through some mental stuff, and I wasn't really feeling that amazing just about myself, really, you know.
Yeah.
And I met her, and then things were clicking a lot. And that's the song Roses is basically about,
which a good woman can normally do.
Yeah, which is exactly right.
We've all been down that path.
Yeah, 100%.
I am, mate. I'm 55.
I'm sure a few times.
Yeah.
And she basically, almost like an angel, the most important thing she did for me was she showed me how much I love myself again, you know, like how cool I really am as a person, you know, and for me to realize that, like just liking myself, she kind of opened that back up for me, and it was like we had an amazing time together. It was a fling, you know what I mean? From what, you know.
But you would
never
have a problem meeting girls on tour.
Oh yeah.
Michael Hutchinson, come on, man.
Yeah, but there was something about
this.
But
there's something probably about her.
Yeah,
a lot of the groupies, and you're thinking, oh, they only want to, you know, like a one night stand, or just a little liaison just for the night.
It's fun. It's really fun at the moment, but it's you know, it kind of leave you feeling bruised.
You want a relationship with a bit of meaning.
Yeah, exactly. And then and it was just a really amazing, you know, moment we had, and then but it died out, you know.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, the flame kind of went out, and it was such an amazing. I just was really like that moment in my life was such a big thing for me, you know, how something could come in and just really change my life. So she made me feel okay about myself again, and obviously the connection we had, and then left. It was just quite a symbolic thing. So then, basically Roses is pretty much about that, mixed with Joel the singers, because I'm predominantly wrote the lyrics for that, but he came in with a bit of, because he's just such a genius with lyrics, so he kind of ironed it out a bit.
And he's got a fucking good voice. As I said, mate, I'm telling you, he can sing.
Yeah, he can sing.
He's got a great voice. So what sacrifices have you done to make this career?
Like everything.
Examples.
Well, it's taken up my thoughts, I've literally cried, bled. I've like, it's eaten me up in ways that can not always be positive, and it's just really, I've just given my soul to this band, you know, and all my time and energy, and that's probably the biggest sacrifice, to be totally honest. But the thing is with it is it doesn't even feel like a sacrifice, because I love it so much. I genuinely can't do anything else than play music in a band, especially with people who I feel super connected with. So it's just but I'd say probably time and just priorities, like you know, even friends and stuff have I can't even really say that. I was going to say I've taken a bit of a hit from me, like having to leave and go to the band and stuff, but they've always been, my mates have always been unbelievably supportive, and it's flowed really well together. But that would probably be my answer, my soul. Yeah, and you
live and breathe it. As I said, I first heard you guys because I was a neighbour.
Yeah.
And I could hear you on Tuesday afternoon. Yeah. And I just sit back sometimes after work, and I just lay in my bed and I hear you. And Bruce Abbott, who lives with me, Randy Flat there, he'd listen to me. He goes, these guys are really cool, because I told you
he knows his music,
And he was like, these guys are unreal. And so you never got any complaints, but did you?
No.
It's amazing, isn't it? Well, people must have liked it.
Yeah, we must have. I know, it's a good sign. Hey? We actually got the opposite, you know, people like yourself, and then people were writing. We had like 4 and a 6-year-old draw us a little card and the band across the road, and it mailed it to us, and it was pretty cool. But it's so funny playing in a garage setting, like rehearsing like we were, and getting as tight as we were getting.
People appreciate that.
At the
end of the day.
Yeah, for sure. But it was cool, you know. It's almost like you were performing to the street every day, and then people would come in and hang out with us from the street in the garage, and it was interesting. We're almost creating a tiny little bit of a family, oddly enough. Yeah. From the street, it was cool.
Now, how do you cope with your busy schedule, and do you have time for a partner? We touched on, girls and all that. Have you got time? Or is you just full on concentrate?
So if she was here, Olivia, my girlfriend, if she was here now, she'd be giving me a look very similar to this, she'd be like, do you have time, Tyler? But
absence does make the heart grow fonder, but
yeah, you're right. For sure it does, hey. I agree. Yeah, for sure. I think I'll always have time for people I care about. Even that's a sacrifice I'll make, even with having a band.
Yeah.
So I definitely will have time for sure. I'll find it somewhere.
So what's next for the band?
Yeah, well, honestly, because we've been on a little bit of a hiatus, to be honest, at the moment. Like, everyone's just kind of collecting themselves a bit and stuff. But once we're back, which is coming up very soon, just attack as much as we can, you know.
You still doing all the pubs
Play
and all
as
that?
much
Because
as
I know
stuff.
you played the Charing Cross pub and that. You still doing the pub scene?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And you get big crowds there?
Yeah. We can, 100%. Yeah, we definitely can. Yeah, it's.
But are they?
Well, this is like before the hiatus, you know, which has been about probably 6 months ish, you know, a bit more than that maybe. But yeah, like right before it, we're starting to get to a level where it's like if we were playing, like people were starting to show up, you know.
Yeah.
That weren't just friends and family and girlfriends.
So
or
the
whatever,
word was
you know?
getting out.
It was starting to get out, yeah. Like we're not obviously famous or big by any means, but
Did you ever play down at Annandale Hotel? Did we get down there?
Dude, my track record of where we played is not. I'm the wrong person to be answering that question, unfortunately. But I don't know. I can't remember. We might have.
You've performed at a lot of places.
We've done a lot of gigs. It's
Roselle Hotel. I'm just saying that they're the ones that go for that genre of music.
Yeah, maybe. We played a lot in like Newtown and like the city and Bondi, even Maroubra. Like just some strange gigs in Maroubra that were cool. And like out west and stuff too. Like we've done a lot of places, but and in Fox Studios that was a really sick one. Metro Theatre.
Metro, yep.
Did the Metro?
That's a big one.
Yeah, that was what happened that was a really cool gig. That was for the release of Lizard Man. We're in the smaller stage that only holds 300. What happened is there was a bigger band than us playing in the main room, and their set ended about halfway through ours.
Yeah.
So what happened is people were walking out because you had to walk through our gig to get out the door, and ours was actually already packed. We filled it just by ourselves.
Yeah.
And then people were walking out of the band before, I can't remember what band it was, and filling our room up as well, and they were just walking and staying. You know, obviously some people were leaving, but like, so we ended up playing like 400 or 500 people. It was like 450 in the end, you know, that gig. Yeah. That was like 150 more people than we even knew were going to be there, you know, like.
And they get really loud, the crowds?
Yeah.
They rip
super
in?
loud, they rip in. Yeah.
That's
great.
Now, what do you enjoy most about being a musician? Now, before you answer that question, I'm just going to grab a little bit of that blue label.
Yes. You read my mind.
Viewers, you don't even need ice for this. It's that smooth.
It's so smooth. Yeah.
Now, you're walking home, aren't you? Because you're only 700 metres from here.
Yeah, I'm walking home. Depending on how long we stay after this, maybe stumbling.
So what do you enjoy most about being a musician?
I think for me personally, the thing I enjoy the most is just being able to, whatever I'm feeling, if it's, you know, something that I deem as good or hard to go through, it's being able to pick up the guitar and pretty much pour who I am into that. And like I said before earlier, like it speaks, guitar speaks it lets me get myself out like nothing else can. So I think for me, being a musician, just having that as a tool is probably the thing that I find most endearing. And it's like this connection that you have with it, that you obviously know yourself too.
Yeah.
He's an amazing singer. I'm sure people know that.
He's been too kind.
But I mean, I'd say that just being able to always go back to it. You know, it's always there for you.
Because do you prefer the acoustic guitar or the electric guitar?
Oh man, I have to go with electric. However, acoustic's my roots. It's where I started on, and
you're a finger picker too.
I can, yeah, I definitely can. I started without no pick for a couple. I learned without a pick.
Like Dire Straits, Knopfler,
I'm not like him, but he's exactly. He's a freak with the finger picking. Now I love acoustic though so much. And my band obviously goes quite acoustic too, with the Russell tour and stuff.
Yeah. And that's what we'll segue straight into that. Now, what are the biggest challenges of life on tour? And tell me how you met the great man Russell Crowe. And he's going to get I'm going to send it to this podcast. How did he get? How did you get to play with him?
Yeah, so my dad.
Support act.
Yeah, support act. Opening act
to his indoor garden party.
Yeah.
When that's the first time I saw these guys was at the Manning Bar, and I walked in, and I thought, these guys are fucking great. They remind me a bit of, see, when I told him, I said, Led Zeppelin, he's going,
I love him, but
yeah, he didn't think so. But there was a bit of Led Zeppelin feel, in particular the lead singer.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was hoping that these guys they were going to play longer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
thanks.
it's fantastic,
I
and everyone loved it. I looked at their faces.
Oh, wow.
It's like when I go. It's funny when I watch my daughter and even when I was singing earlier on in my when I started singing, my dad would come along and he'd never ever worry about what the judges thought, because I started off doing talent quests. He'd look at the crowd.
Wow.
Yeah. And he couldn't give a fuck about what the judges, he said you're a crowd pleaser, so you'll get work. And yeah, because a lot of judges they go for all the technicalities. They go for the musical theatre voices and things like that. And even with my daughter, I said, don't get disheartened if you don't win a talent quest, because I'm looking at the crowd and they like you. Judges, might think you need a little bit of work, but
but if you can win the crowd, man,
you win the crowd. It's like Gladiator, you win the
crowd. You win the crowd, yeah.
That's it.
Exactly.
So, I'm just going to show you something here.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to put this on for you. Something that Russell Crowe actually said about you guys. I can just.
He's the best, man. He's helped our band out. Like.
I'm gonna find it for you.
You couldn't believe, he's. Yeah. Really appreciate him. And a lot of people do. Like, he's very generous.
Very generous. He's very, very generous with his time too. Yeah. And so I'll get back to that. But when he first heard you guys, what was his reaction? Did he genuinely go, fuck, you guys are good?
Yeah, you know what he said? So Dad, me and the band were just rehearsing, and then Dad filmed it. It was just off like a phone recording, And then we sent it to Russell, just like, just see what he thinks of it, really. Not expecting anything at all, just seeing how what he think. Yeah. And I believe he could see how talented we were. Yeah. That it wasn't his kind of music, But then what he said is that, but what I'm going to do is send it to my sound engineer, whose name's Tony Wall, and see what he thinks, like there could be something here. That was kind of his words. And then he did send it to Tony, and Tony really loved us a lot.
He really liked it.
Yes, and then we were working with Tony, and obviously thanks to Russell. And
I'm just going to play that what his view of you guys were.
I think this time around it's going to be more acoustic, which these guys, they were fantastic.
Of a big show like that, and they got encores both nights.
And the other thing I loved is the fact that, after they played, they were down in the crowd just chatting to people as well.
Yeah, they love it, man. I mean, the young fellas are out of Maroubra. This is the first big sort of thing they've got themselves involved in. They've been tinkering away with the band for a number of years and recording the pieces which I've supported them with. And now they're at the point where they're actually going to go on tour. This is that kind of moment for them where they'll discover whether or not that touring lifestyle and the shows every night and responsibilities of that is something that really suits them or it doesn't. As a musical grouping, in terms of their skill level and what their songs say, I think they're a really interesting band.
Yeah, sure are. Look, let's talk about the dates and the shows. Obviously, you got shows all over the place, but
so there you go.
No, he's so good because he didn't have to do
what he's
done for us. He's just
I call Russell Crowe number 16. I got a private little joke with him because he was remember he made the movie Cinderella Man?
Yeah.
So Angelo Dundee, who trained him and got him ready for that movie, called him number 16 because Angelo Dundee, who trained Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard, he was the 16th guy, 16th world champion.
Really?
It was Braddock, who he played,
became
world champion. He was the 16th world champion that he trained.
No way.
Russell Crowe. Even though he wasn't a world champion.
Yeah, but...
You know what I mean? So he says, because Angelo Dundee says, you're number 16. Yeah. So I call him number 16, it's a special code. But, has he got any future gigs lined up for you guys?
Well, yeah, so seeing his work, my band's on this kind of, basically, I just like calling it a hiatus, because we're just kind of, people are going through different things.
Just one sec, mate. If Russell, he's probably going to get to see this podcast. Mate, they're due. That's all I'm going to say, mate. You can't let great talent like this just, you can't let them go, mate. They're due. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks. But I mean, I feel like, you know, I'm definitely not going to like, as a band, like rely on that or anything. But I think if it happens and he's feeling it, mate, we would be honoured to do that again with him. Anything to do with him, man, I'd be genuinely stoked to be a part of. But yeah, really, we're mainly just focused on getting the band back up and running properly again, you know, and then, you know, whatever. Because he's such a, like, he's showed how much he cares about us and supported us, and it's, you know, like I know how much, and I know what he's like, you know, and you know what he's like too.
Yeah.
So it's just, if it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, it's also, I'm so fine with that.
If he likes you,
appreciate
if he likes you, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, as I said to you earlier on, certain bands sound better live.
Yeah.
The great bands sound better live. You guys sound better live.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, for
Electric performances.
sure.
And Pink Floyd's another example, but they sound better live. So yeah, you've got to keep up with those live performances, mate. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Don't give up. Don't give up. You'll get your.
Definitely not, man.
No way. You know,
No
there's
chance.
There's nothing sadder
I'm
than
so
waste of
excited.
talent. I always say that. Now, what's the funniest and most memorable moment you've had as a band?
Okay, it's not funny, this one, but it's the most memorable. It's actually a positive story at the end of it. But we were rehearsing one day, and across the road from us, they had a dog, and the owners of the house, the dog was sleeping on the porch.
Yeah.
The owners of the house ran over the dog.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, but it was alive and it was actually alright, but it was just stuck under this car.
Wow.
Yeah, and
It was on Beauchamp Road?
Beauchamp Road, just across the road from us, and we were rehearsing, you know. We just kept hearing, and they were elderly too, they're in their 80s. We just kept hearing this dog bark, like it was just in pain. We're thinking, is someone beating a dog? And it was kind of like, at first we're like, it's not that it's interrupting the rehearsal, we're just like, Jesus, like what's this sound, you know? But then we're kind of like, is there like a dog in pain? And we're just looking, and then the singer went across the road to where it was coming from, realised the situation. So what we all did, we're like, oh, screw the rehearsal. We all threw our instruments off and just ran over. And we actually, like, collectively, why is this so interesting to me is because it was the first time we've all collectively come to actually save something, you know? So we were all lifting up the car. Up the car together. 4 of us were lifting up, and Joel, because the dog was erratic and it was biting everything. It was just in pain, and it was, you know, so it was really bitey. And then the singer's pretty tough in that kind of type of scenario. So he was the one that was underneath, like holding it, copying all the bites, just bite, but just holding it, and then slowly pulling the dog out whilst we were lifting this car. It was insane, dude. And then we found out that later that the dog fully survived and not only survived, recovered. Like,
Could have been another theme for a song, mate. Eh?
I know. I always thought we should write something about that.
Maybe so. Now, if you weren't in a band, what would you be doing?
Far out. Honestly, it would be something either to do with, I reckon, something like this, maybe.
Yep.
Or like helping people in some way. You know, my mum's a psychotherapist, and I've always really felt super. Just, you know, I belong in that kind of world as well. So maybe even something down that avenue. If it was really, if being in a band was genuinely just crossed out for whatever reason, I reckon it'd be something still performative, maybe like this, or you know, or helping people. No.
But you know what? You're not going to think that because you're going to make it. Fuck all that other stuff, mate. Do what you do best. Now, a bit of fun now. I'm going to give you 5 all-time great hard rock bands, and I want you to put them in order of 1 to 5, with 1 being the best. All right?
Okay.
Here we go.
All right, let's do it.
This is the 5.
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, I'll repeat them, Metallica, AC/DC, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh my God. Far out.
I'll repeat them again. Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, Metallica, AC/DC, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay, so how I'm going to do this is because, you know, all those bands are at such a level where the talent is, you know, it's basically just who do you prefer, who speaks to you. That I can't say who's better, but for me, who's been most influential and who I personally prefer, number one's got to be Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
It's just been too influential
You
for
mentioned
me.
them before, yeah.
And then I'm gonna go. Oh, I'm gonna go the Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Oh, now Metallica and Led Zeppelin.
I saw they guessed that'd be your top two, yeah.
Oh, did you?
There's Led Zeppelin, Metallica, and AC/DC.
AC/DC. Oh man, so I'm gonna do it, and I don't like doing it, but it's just in terms of being the least impactful for me. I'm gonna put AC/DC at 5.
Yeah.
Which is I don't want to see them ever at the bottom of a list, but it's gonna be there for me. And then I'm gonna go. So it's Guns N' Roses, Red Hot Chili Peppers. I'm gonna go Zeppelin, Metallica, AC/DC. That's what I'm personally gonna say. The thing is, tomorrow that could even alter a bit. It kind of depends.
It will as you get older.
Yeah.
You start listening to more of Zeppelin, I think.
Yeah. That's too low.
I'll go towards 1. Now, 5 of the, because you're a guitarist, all right? Yeah. So now, here's 5 of the best guitarists of all time. Okay. Could you please put these in order, from 1 to 5 from the best, all right?
Yeah.
5 good ones, all right? Jimmy Page, Jimi Hendrix, Eddie Van Halen, David Gilmour, Pink Floyd fame, Carlos Santana.
All right, that's a sick. I like that list. Okay. I'm gonna go Gilmour 1. I just find the way he plays, and he has so much emotion in just one note. You know, he's my 1. I'm gonna go. Oh man, far out. This is hard. I'm gonna go Hendrix next. Just because I find, but see, for him, it's more of like his songwriting that really attracts me. Obviously his guitar playing, but his songwriting. I'm gonna go. Jimmy Page next.
So I've got, you see, Jimi Hendrix. Gary Moore from Thin Lizzy.
You know what?
Gary Moore wasn't on the list, but Gary Moore
would be 1.
He's like a white Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
He's similar sort of music, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's similar style.
It's like Lenny Kravitz came out. He's trying to be like Jimi Hendrix, but doesn't go anywhere near it.
Right.
Yeah. So, but he's not in that list. So we'll go back to the 5. So you've got number 1. You've got David Gilmour, Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Number 2.
I'm gonna go Hendrix.
Yep.
And I'm definitely on Page next.
Page 3.
Page and Hendrix are pretty close for me.
They're pretty close, yeah.
And then who was it again? Sorry.
Eddie Van Halen and Carlos Santana.
I'm going in that order as well. Eddie Van Halen and then Carlos Santana. But Santana, man, like, you know what? No, I'm gonna reverse them. I'm actually gonna reverse them.
Yeah.
Going Santana then Eddie Van Halen. I love Eddie Van Halen, but he's never been the kind of guitar player that has really swept me away in terms of like, oh my god, you know. Santana has, you know.
Yeah.
But that's just me personally. I'm not saying, you know, that anyone's better than anyone, but
I'm going to just throw in my top 5.
Yeah, I'd love to hear it.
All right, so I've got Dave Gilmour 5. I've got Richie Blackmore, Deep Purple.
You got Gilmour 5. I would have thought he'd be up there for you.
No, I've got Richie Blackmore, right? 4. Jeff
Beck, yeah.
All right, Yardbirds. I mean, this is a good list. Jimmy Page 2.
Yeah.
1, Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Special mentions, I'd throw in Terry Caff from Chicago. And Gary Moore, Thin Lizzy.
Yeah.
But I mean, what blew me away about Hendrix, you listen to the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah.
With headphones in a dark room, right? Now, kids out there, I'm not saying go out there and have a chuff, but I'm just saying, guy my age, every so often, occasionally I have a chuff, and I listen to Jimi Hendrix in a dark room, headphones, listening to Star Spangled Banner. It blows you away.
Yeah.
It's like American history in chronological order.
Yeah. It's
like you can hear the helicopters.
It's insane, eh?
He makes the fucking...
It's insane.
Guitar talk.
That's also at a time where no one was doing that.
No.
Like that was like Beatles and, you know what I mean? Like you didn't have anyone that was just wailing a guitar with a... No one was playing.
You can hear the sirens of the ambulance in New York.
Yeah.
Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah.
It's just the fucking with a guitar.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to mention now some members of your band.
Yeah. And
because it's 5 years, isn't there?
Yeah.
So you're the guitarist. So we've got to mention the other guys, and I want you to describe them in one word.
Okay.
Right? One word.
Oh, God.
Lead singer Joel Wallbank Hutton.
Okay. Intense.
Cooper Allen.
One word. Unpredictable. It's kind of not great.
He might be pissed off with that one.
It's alright.
Felix Blake.
Reliable.
Jarrah Murray.
Different.
Different. Yeah.
But here's the thing, you gotta remember, I'm coming from a place of
That's good. Different. That's a compliment.
yeah, 100%. That's a compliment, man.
Yeah. I've been described different.
Yeah, so have I.
It's good. I like it.
Yeah, me too.
You're not boring.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Not predictable. It's good.
Yeah, but all those members, I've known them for so long, you know, and it's coming from a deep place. All those things, you know, and that all of them would watch that. This is how close we are, and go, yep, you know, and it might sound like it, you know, it could be potentially negative, but it's not, because I'm catering to the parts of them that we all know so well.
Well, as a whole, we're very, very talented. It's also like I said earlier on, Led Zeppelin were all from the Conservatory of Music. They were all great musicians. And you guys, they're all top-notch musos. You've got the lead singer too, who can fucking sing really well.
Yeah.
Now, if you had divine power, I say this to every single guest I've got, right? What would you do to change anything about yourself? So you had divine power to change anything about yourself, what would it be?
That's a great question.
What would it be?
Yeah, for me it would be, I think, just letting myself be more comfortable and okay with feelings that I have or thoughts that I can have, you know, like just like whenever they come in, and just being less judgmental of them, you know, just realizing that it's okay, it's just who I am, you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with feeling a certain way or thinking a certain way or anything, you know, just that's probably what I'd say. I think less judgment is what I'd say of myself, I guess, in better words.
Good answer, mate. So in the future, when you start getting those gigs going again, let us know, and you're going to put them up.
Man.
Beautiful. So that means if Tylah can change, which means I can change, which means you can change. So until next time, I always say, treat people as you'd like to be treated yourself, but don't take any shit from anybody. Till next time, guys.
Sick.
See you later.
See yous.